This stitch was requested by Rose G through our website. If you have a question about a stitch, email questions@newstitchaday.com. How to knit the horizontal herringbone stitch. The horizontal herringbone stitch is a complicated but beautiful stitch. It's a reversible pattern that creates a thick, fluffy fabric, and its gorgeous lines add class and sophistication to patterns like scarves, cowls, and bags. For this tutorial, you will need a set of knitting needles and a ball of yarn. For this pattern, you will need to know the following techniques: slip, slip, knit, purl two together. To begin this stitch, you must cast on in multiples of 2. Row 1. Begin by doing a slip, slip, knit. So we'll slip the first stitch off, slip the second stitch off, and then we're going to go back through those 2 stitches with your main needle. And we're going to wrap the yarn around the bottom needle and pull through both stitches. Okay, now here's the tricky part. What we're going to do is we're going to slip off only the first stitch. We're going to leave that second stitch on there. Now when we continue the repeat, you're going to do the slip, slip, knit a little bit differently. Okay, instead of coming in this direction on the first stitch, we're going to go slip it through the back loop. So slip the stitch, and we'll slip the second stitch as normal, as if to knit. Okay, and then we're going to knit those 2 together. Okay, so insert your needle, wrap your yarn around the bottom loop and pull through. Okay, and then we're going to just slip off that first stitch. Okay, we'll do that one more time. We're going to slip through the back loop, slip through the next loop knitwise. Okay, then we're going to insert our main needle and so you should have a cross there, and then we're going to wrap the yarn around the bottom, pull that through both loops, and we're going to just drop the first stitch and repeat the slip, slip, knit, dropping only the first stitch until the end of the row, until you have 1 stitch left, and then you'll knit the last stitch. Row 2. We're going to begin our pattern by purling 2 together. So slip through the first 2 stitches purlwise, then we're going to wrap our yarn around the top needle and pull that through both stitches. Okay, make sure that everything's really loose. You want to be loose on your yarn the entire pattern, because this can get really tight really easily. And then we're just going to pull off that first stitch and then purl 2 together again. Okay, so slip through, wrap your yarn around, and I'm using really big needles on this, bigger than normal, because it helps getting through all these stitches. Most of the patterns that I've seen using this stitch are on size 13s at least. Okay, we'll pull through and slip that first stitch off. You can continue the purl 2 together until the end of the row, and when you have 1 stitch left, you're just going to purl. So repeat rows 1 and 2 until you have reached your desired width. Remember that this pattern will not reveal itself until you have 2 rows completed. After a few repeats, your pattern should look like this. Did you know the herringbone pattern gets its name from its resemblance to the skeleton of the herring fish? For more videos, visit www.newstitchaday.com.